Welcome back to Glow Up or Get Out. I'm half of the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey guys, what's up? It's another Wednesday.
Well,
not today. Today's Thursday for us. But
I was like, Wednesday. That's when they go up. Brains everywhere.
It's another Wednesday. Hope your week has been great so far. Or whenever you're listening to this, that your day's going good. Since we're still in the month of January, we really want to discuss just like the feelings of goal setting, the new me type energy from the new year,
new me.
Just all of that, and like the concepts that happen behind the reset of the new year and how it could get overwhelming sometimes.
Hence, we had like 3 episodes in a row about getting that new year ready. But we wanted to kind of just end off January as like, it's all right. It's not do or die. You can start whenever you want.
It never is. So
let's just hit the first topic, I guess. So being overwhelmed by goals, I feel like personally, January just feels like if you didn't start January 1st or like whatever the first Monday is in January.
I like how you say Monday. It's like...
Because, right? You know what I mean? Because like it was Sunday this year.
Yeah, but even if it was like on a Thursday and then Friday was the...
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, like Monday. I have till Monday to start.
Exactly. You know? It's that concept though. But like you feel like that day you gotta fucking guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Like it's a good day. It's a good week. It's a good year. Like this is setting my tone for everything. Which like true.
It's like fair, but...
But also like... In my case, I was sick the first week, so like that was not the case. And a lot of people are sick during that time of year, or coming off the holidays, you're broke, so you don't really have the money to be doing anything like extracurricular for yourself. And you ate like shit probably.
Coming down off of all the sugar.
So many events you went to, going out for the holidays, parties. Like, you just put yourself through a lot. Like, January should honestly just be like, obviously goals set.
Yeah.
And in mind and working towards them, but like a reset period. Like, rest and get ready for the new year.
Yeah. I was going to say that, like, I think it should be like a time to, yes, set your goals. Mm-hmm. Write them down or like put them in a place where you can actually like see them and how you're gonna like move towards them. But maybe January is the time to like detox the previous year, because that can't just like, you can't move forward unless you've let go of previous shit, which sometimes it's literally,
it takes more than a year sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it takes more than a year, but sometimes it's just like giving yourself the moment to be like, all right, I'm gonna let go of these old behaviors and start like slowly in increments, like figuring out how to move towards your goals. I think that there's like a lot of, when we talk about like the pressure and being overwhelmed, I think it's because we want to go too quickly into
the actual goal
when it's like, we all know that's not how you do it. Like it's incremental.
I want a new job, and it's like, yep, tomorrow
I'm gonna get hired, or tomorrow I'm starting my day.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Or like, I want to pick up a new hobby. It's like, well, you probably need tools. You probably need also money. You need all sorts of shit to pick up
a fucking class, girl.
Exactly. There's so much.
Yeah. So I think like it's normal to feel overwhelmed, but try to remind yourself that it's not a like instant gratification thing. And I think that's another problem that like we all share now because of like social media. It's like we see people constantly achieving their dreams,
winning
and we think it can happen so fast, like next day, like overnight.
Like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video just like that, and
it's gonna go the fuck off,
right? And then I'm gonna be on the Golden Globes fucking red carpet. It's like there's like maybe a few more steps in between that.
I know we like talk about like being delusional and like being like the utmost like dreamer, which it's, yes, please be that, but also recognize that there's a lot of in-between moments that get you to that other place.
You just can't, because if that's genuinely what you think, you're gonna go from A to literal B being your goal, babe, that's a lot of disappointment you're gonna face.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. So just be realistic about the steps to get there. Dream big, but be realistic about the in-between.
Yeah.
Because there can be failure in the middle as well. It's not all just, yay, I reached my goal. It'll be like, oh, fuck, I didn't do whatever it was yesterday, and now I have to do it twice today. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah. I was listening to this podcast that was talking about how they were like trying to define the concept between like being delusional and being realistic, and how on either end people see it as good or bad, but it's like you need the both of them to like help you achieve whatever it is you need. And they were saying like you can't keep stretching and stretching and stretching and like reach your goal. It has to become a thing where like you stretch, you stabilize yourself with like creating an action plan or making the moves, and then like fully like diving in and throwing yourself into it. So like you can stretch, you can like try to reach for your dreams, but then like how are we gonna get there? What are the things we're gonna do to get there? Because we can't just like think about it and then it becomes a possibility. There's
Which I think
much more in it than
ties back to what we were saying. What was it last week's episode? How you were saying like we became too soft on ourselves as a society. So like it goes back to that, but all in the same breath, babe. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. It's just all about figuring it out, and that's it. It's so easy. Just figure it out.
Yeah. I think just don't get caught up in instant like gratification and or like thinking that you're gonna have to get all this done in one go. Like there's like this, take both of those concepts and like flip them to be like, I need to make gradual steps, and it's gonna maybe take some time. Like it's not gonna happen in a month.
Definitely not.
And if you're like fucking up a little bit during this month, again, it's your detox month. It's time to get rid of those bad habits, I guess.
And by no means don't be so soft on yourself that you're like, fuck it, it's January, because then you'll go, oh fuck it, it's February, oh fuck it, it's March,
fuck it, it's still the beginning of the year,
right?
It's like, no, I mean, like, yeah, again, don't be like too soft on yourself, but also allow yourself to detox this month, because it's not gonna, you can't move forward again without letting go. Just
like on a macro level, so crazy. We all have dreams. Like we all are fucking going through the same thing, but everyone feels so isolated. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're all here setting intentions for the new year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we feel this immense pressure to like be the perfect version of ourselves this year, but everyone else is also feeling that pressure. And like if someone like your friend or family or whatever comes up to you and they're like, dude, like I'm struggling or whatever, and then you want to be like, I'm not struggling, like I'm killing it, like I'm doing great, but in reality we're all struggling with something. So like I don't know, it's just like, why do we feel this pressure, really, like genuinely?
I think the pressure is not always a bad thing though. I feel like every year you should be striving to be a better person, and that's like not just being like kind, but like a better person in terms of like what you want for your life, because that's what being human's about, is like growth. And I think people forget that that's what it's about. Like we just want to compare ourselves and put a facade on that we're always doing okay, but like that's not what growth is about, you know?
I do think though that like growth in that way is like something that not comes naturally, but just like if someone wants that, that's something that innately is going to happen by whatever choices you're making. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, like yes, obviously you're setting goals and like whatever, but like the pressure part, like obviously yes, grow every year and like have that going for you and know like that's what you want. But why do we feel so like, is it like that we want other people to know?
Yeah, it's validation.
Like we want other people to be like, yeah, you did do a lot this year. Yeah. Like to say, this is what I did.
I think we all kind
tangible.
of, maybe we don't all strive to do this, but I feel like, no, actually, yeah, I think we all strive to like inspire one another, whether it's like the intention behind it is like a selfish reason, or if it's like actually for the greater like good. Mm-hmm. I think everybody strives to be like an example kind of like of possibility. And so I think that's the pressure. And also like we said, validation is just like a huge thing. Like we want to be told that we're doing good, because I think like we grew up with like either you're being punished or you're being praised. Praised, put on a pedestal.
Oh man, that's the root of it, you guys. Look at us getting there in less than 10 minutes. Dude. But yeah, and I think going along with the reset, it can happen whenever, which we did talk about, I think, in last week's episode also, that you can reset whenever. It doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be January 5th. It doesn't have to be February. Like, obviously, it's a great time to reassess what you want for the year. And I'm sure you will again next January. But if you feel like there's a lot going on in your life in the month of January or whatever, like, Some people got like birthdays back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you're just busy.
Just shit happens.
Yeah. Then you can be like, okay, now that I have a weekend to myself, I'm going to do what everyone did on January 1st or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to reassess things, which is fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's like, you know what? I made time for myself. I still am like in the back of my head, like, I'm going to make time to do that. And
yeah,
that's what matters.
And that's all you can do is like making sure that you can put yourself into that place of like, I still want to get that done though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like me, I want to fucking reorganize my entire house. I know that can't happen in one fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people did that like before
Really?
the new year. Yeah, I'm like, how'd they
get rid of Christmas and do that?
how'd y'all do that?
Or put it away, not get rid.
Some people are really fast.
And people in wherever Beverly Hills are throwing away their tree
stands. Keep
metal
those, guys. Those are keep
metal
those.
ones. At least recycle it or something. Don't keep it attached to your damn tree.
Get together.
Weirdos. Okay.
But yeah, I feel like it's gonna take me 2 weekends to do what I want to do. So.
That's totally fine.
Yeah,
you're
fine
setting
with it.
you chose that.
Literally, I am resetting and like detoxing my environment so that I can have a fresh perspective and like actually begin
the process of the other goals.
Yeah. Which I mean, I've started to. Okay, I've been trying to wake up at 6:30, guys.
Holy shit.
I've done it for a week and a half now.
Straight.
I think one day I woke up at 6:30, was up till like 8:30, and then I went back to sleep because I didn't feel good, but I still did it. And then the other day I woke up at 7, which I was like, fuck me, but still it was only like 30 minutes, so don't. I'm trying not to like make myself feel like shit about like not fully executing what I wanted to do, and just be like, you did it 4 times out of the week. Like,
I think
how
remembering
crazy.
like what the positive reinforcement, like how I felt when I did it, is more so the thing, not when I didn't do it.
Dude, this morning I was like, we woke up at 6:30 and my eyes were so closed, and I was like, remind me why we're waking up so fucking early.
Dude.
And Logan goes, because we like having a early start so that we can get all the things we want done, so that we have a good day and we feel accomplished. And I was
Not
like,
her listing all this shit and you're like,
it's like, okay, I guess.
dude.
So don't beat yourself up about it.
When I woke up at 6 for jury duty, I was like, who the fuck does this 6 in the morning?
It's too early.
And then I was like exhausted at
Like 2 p.m.
8 like 8 a.m. 2 hours later, because it's jury duty, so it's fucking boring anyways, but
nothing to entertain your brain with.
I literally was like, I want to pass out. Like, it's not even like, oh yeah,
you should have been like, hey, just can you make me up when they call my name? My name's Samantha.
Hey, Samantha Lowe. Nice. Cool. But yeah, goals are hard, and that's okay.
It's so okay.
That's all we're here to say. The pressure is there, but try to remember the feelings you get when you achieve the little things, your habits, your goals, things that are going to get you to your goals.
I think like also we tend to forget about, I don't want to sound like corny, like, but like the journey of like achieving a goal. You know what I mean? I feel like we tend to believe that like once we reach it, that's when we'll be like our happiest. But I feel like when we're like literally, like me, for example, waking up again this entire week at 6:30, next week I'm gonna be like, holy shit, I fucking was like, I'm doing it, I'm going. And then maybe at the end of the year, like, I'm not gonna even remember that it was like a big deal. But like me winning every week in that way feels good. And I feel like remember like the small increment journey of the small wins, like you said, like remembering those is what's gonna feel the best too, because when you get to the actual goal, I don't know that you'll feel as accomplished as you
like thought
you would, because like the journey is what makes you feel like invigorated, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, like the end, you achieve it and you're like,
oh, check.
Cool, I did it.
I mean, maybe the check mark will feel real good, but
that 0.5 second.
But
yeah, my planner, actually, I just looked at it today.
so January,
for us it's, mid-January, but whatever. And it has like a habit tracker, so you can put whatever habit you want and then you cross off the days that you did it. It's just like nice to visually look at it, like, oh, those are the days that I did it or didn't do it.
Yeah,
maybe next month I'll improve. Like for people who are very like gamey, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Like I want to
win.
I want to
bubble them in. Yeah.
It was really, I like it. Just saying.
What are you putting on your habit tracker?
all I did was working out, because that's all I feel like I have at the moment that's like I can track for the month of January anyway.
What about like water intake?
Yeah, I don't really measure it though, but I guess I could start.
Trying to think of other things like
waking up early, eating,
stretching,
3 meals a day. I don't know, maybe some
That's
people don't do that.
Clearly,
stretching is a good one.
Yeah, stretching's a good one. Even if it's like a 5-minute, like I'm gonna do one of these, touch my toes.
3-minute even. God bless.
Give it to me
Just
lower.
Honestly, any sort of stretching.
Stretch. All right. Well, we are gonna talk about goal setting and how we can continue to keep our goals thriving and alive.
A practice that we want to like complete.
Yeah.
This month is the goal.
We learned a little bit from this one podcast, and we'll talk about it in Glowing Hour. So you'll see us in a bit. And we're back. So today we are having salted caramel espresso martinis with tequila, because we're tequila girls.
I honestly doesn't. Well, yeah, it does. I was gonna say it smelled that strong, but then it hit me.
It smells pretty strong.
Hit me after the fact. It's good. All right, moving on. So Mel showed me this podcast specifically episode. What's the guy's name again?
Jay
Shetty on purpose.
Jay Shetty on purpose.
Correct.
He just posted it right before this last New Year, but it's kind of a good episode because he was talking about why like people's goals don't follow through and like why people fail at like accomplishing their goals, and it was very insightful. I definitely recommend you go listen to it, but we'll kind of like summarize and give our thoughts like specifically on what he said, but we did find it very helpful.
Yeah. First of all of these are an acronym for the word
goal,
which he says at the end, and I was like, oh,
I see what you did there. Okay. I see what you did.
Okay, I see you.
It's like goal,
literally. The first one being growth.
Yeah. So this, I think a big point he makes in the growth part, the G in goals, is figuring out what your goal is, and based on that, like what growth are you trying to make with this goal? Because a lot of people kind of put out like very blanket statements as a goal, like
I want to eat healthy.
Yeah. Or I want, like he said, 10K more followers. And it's like, okay, but what does that goal really do for you in terms of growth? Like
what is that 10K gonna
get you?
Not necessarily get you,
but like what are you
getting out of it?
What are you growing out of it? Yeah, because if you get 10, you can buy 10K followers.
Not that.
So it's like, what? That's not, you can't do that goal without growing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe like if your goal is like, let's say it is growing 10K followers, and your goal is genuinely just the number to physically be 10K higher, then go ahead, go buy them, babe.
For that example, he had said like the growth there is like creating engaging content that like people are inspired by, or creating like a community of people, things like that. So that's like the growth. Or in terms of eating healthy, what's the growth there? I feel like it'd be to feel more energized, to live longer for my kids, things like that. I know it's a lot of
all deep shit,
but like the growth aspect should be based on an emotion and like kind of like a deeper thought than just the blanket statement,
like eating healthy.
Yeah,
like I really want to fit in this dress, even I feel like would be
like blanket
part of it.
You're right. It's like what skill are you trying to like learn here? What are you trying to obtain, and as far as like information, or you know what I mean? I don't know. So that's the first one.
Just getting more specific.
Yeah, getting to the deeper rooted stuff. The next one is the O, so it's observe opportunities. I think the keyword was opportunities there. What are the opportunities that you are saying yes and no and maybe to in order to help you achieve
that specific goal? Yeah. So like I'm like so like if you're like Mel's goal was to wake up at 6:30 every day other than weekends or whatever, the opportunity to see a movie or go out, are you going to say yes, no, or maybe? And what are those like restrictions
it's kind
within
of like,
that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what are the non-negotiables there?
Yeah. So like, I will say yes if it's a movie that I really been wanting to see, or yes if I hadn't seen a movie in a month, or, you know, like.
Yeah. Or in terms of like going out, it's like, if I somehow, for some reason, was going to meet up with a podcast, like a podcast producer, or like my favorite artist for some reason, I feel like those are like negotiable to me, where I'd be like, okay, you might want to sleep in tomorrow for that reason.
Yeah.
But if it's something silly, like to grab a drink with a friend, be like, why don't we just do that on the weekend, girl?
Silly.
It's just like, why wouldn't we just do that at a different time?
Because I can't.
This is going against my goal. Not necessarily because it's silly, but it's just like, we can do that another time.
Like we can coordinate.
It's not a
that
one
for
time
Saturday.
A one-time like event that's gonna.
And if maybe, even if your yes or maybe could also be like, I haven't seen them in a year or whatever it is. Like that could have been a moment where you were like, yeah, okay, actually that does make sense for me. But if it's me and her, it's like,
Sam's just like, hey, do you want to grab a drink at 11 p.m? I'd be like, girl, it's
in Fullerton.
I said, girl, it's Wednesday. Go home.
You said, shut up.
So that's like the way that opportunities, I think, is like a very like positive word. And so when we think opportunities, we think that we always have to say yes to them. But I think a point made here is that opportunities are always going to be available to you. And it's your job to sift through them and help yourself like achieve this one specific goal versus like being a yes man and always like doing everything that is presented to you.
I think this really hits like me 2 years ago when I was saying yes to like all these plans. And I was just like, I really want to do it. Like it sounds like fun. Why would I say no? But a lot of times it was like draining me of energy, or like that's not doing me any good in the long run. It was just like counterproductive. So I'm like, yes, saying yes can be good, and you could meet people, you could have fun, blah, blah, blah. But like at the end of the day, you can't say yes too much.
Yeah. I think it's also like with the mindset that like when you have not enough options, you feel like in a rut, but then also when you have too many options, you also feel in a rut because you feel like
overwhelmed.
Either way, you're overwhelmed by some feeling. I think about it that way. Like opportunities can be good, but it just isn't always the right one for you. You know, you sometimes have to let go of what doesn't work well for your situation, even if it's an opportunity. Being okay with saying no to some things.
That's a good one. Yeah.
The next one is action in A. So goals, the A in action.
Here we go. Follow along.
This is creating obviously an action plan. So that he says, what are you going to do? When are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Why? And also with who could be a possibility in like that situation. So for example, for like me and Sam, we have a business together. She's definitely part of whatever my goals are in terms of our business. So that's the who. The why, I don't know, bro. See, I gotta do it myself.
I don't know, dude. Just stop asking me questions.
Stop asking me. Damn, pushy.
Damn, I'm gonna stop at G and O. Relax.
But figuring out those specifics will really help you like figure out how to move forward in the day-to-day functions of your goal setting or your goal achieving.
Yeah, it's very easy to get like lost in a goal when you don't have like milestones to hit. Essentially, like the first part of this goal was to get online and do research or whatever. Like if you can check that off, you're like,
yeah,
I did that, you know? Like it's not even have to be the goal, like, but you're getting there. Yeah, I think answering those is like
you have to be very specific. Yeah, I think like on a basic level for like a goal that I can think of where like you would really have to do this is like when people say I want to lose weight, just saying I'm going to eat healthy and go to the gym is not enough.
It's like, when are you going to the gym?
When are you going to the gym?
Are you going with anyone?
Are you going with anyone?
Where? What gym?
Literally, what gym?
Or what? Your home? What?
Yeah, when, like, and then also, like, what times, what meal plan do you have for yourself? It's like the more you go into it, the more realistic and more achievable your goal gets, because you have an actual...
It doesn't feel so overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like when ideas are too general or too like obscure, it becomes harder to achieve and throw yourself into them. So getting really nitty gritty and figuring those things out are really what's gonna help.
Within that, he talked about having a theme for your year, and I don't know, I just think that's really cute.
Do you think that your year thing is like encompassing like the GOA in goals?
Maybe like it's all three of those put together. It's your goal. I mean, your theme.
Yeah,
it could be,
because I think about it as like, how is this theme gonna help your goal, your overall like
your
goal,
goa,
your goa,
and then hit the li.
And then hit the li.
David. Yeah, I can see that. So like example for theme of the year could be like
mine is discipline for the year. I know we said that in a different episode, but mine is the key word theme of the year is discipline, getting disciplined with myself. So what would yours be? What did you say yours was? I don't remember.
It was financial independence, but like I don't think that goes with what this is.
Yeah,
it's like less. His was like year of the book. He's releasing a book.
Yeah. It could be financial independence, because that...
I feel like it's vague.
It's vague, but you can create goals like, I'm going to get a part-time job. I'm going to go harder at my business. I'm going to put out a couple side hustles. You know what I mean? The year of...
I guess then, yeah.
That's your year?
It's my year. And then L. He has 3 L's.
It's a L...
Live, laugh, love. I'm just kidding.
Not live, laugh, love.
It's close.
What is it, like L to the third?
Yeah. He has 3 L's. They are launch, learn, and love. So launch, he thinks you should be launching something every year, which isn't necessarily like a new product or
like a podcast. Like it's...
Yeah.
It could be like you're launching your career, you're launching a new relationship. Trying to think of something more like mundane or more like much smaller. You're launching a
house renovation.
Okay. Launching something. Doesn't necessarily have to go with like the Goa, but it's like launching something within this year, like to keep you moving.
It's a goal. It's essentially, goal. But it's not like it's a goal. Yeah. It's a goal.
Learn is the second one, the second L. And that's just like learning a new skill. What are you learning this year? It could be a skill or it could be like a topic. So like for some people, like for example, for you, since yours is like financial independence, maybe yours is budgeting or like financial planning, or it's like investing, those things.
Investing.
A skill set could be like you want to fucking learn how to
be nicer to people. I don't know. Some people need that.
Yeah, you could learn that you want to learn communication skills.
Yeah. You want to learn
ballet.
Yeah, specific
pottery skills, something like that. And then the last one is love. Loving was, I think it also was kind of like, what are you currently, like, what did you like learn last year that you continue to love this year? So like for us, it could be like podcasting. Or it could be,
what are you carrying into the next year?
Yeah. Like what skill set?
Like what are you nurturing?
What are you nurturing this year that you've been working on previously?
Some people it's as literal as children. You had a baby last year. You're loving it this year. You're loving it this year.
This year's when you love it. You're enjoying parenthood now. Yeah. So the GOALL
with the theme in the end.
With the theme at the end. Yeah, like I think the theme is like overarching. How are you gonna help not just this one goal? Because I feel like you can do a GOALL for each goal, I guess. Well, I guess
I think
GOA. The GOA you can do
for every single goal you have.
And then the theme of the year is like helping all of those GOAs, you know? Let's call it GOAs.
Not us just making it all like GOA. But yeah, I found this really helpful. We'll link the podcast if you guys want to listen to it yourselves. It's pretty short. I think it's only like 30 minutes.
I think it's like 35 minutes. Yeah.
So it's a short listen, but super helpful. And you know what? Mel and I are gonna get on that shit.
We've both like started it, but I don't think we've like actually sat down with our thoughts and our reflections and really put our mind to it. But I think that's something, again, we have to do. Listen, January is about getting that shit together, so here we are.
We're gathering the materials needed. Okay.
So I think that's gonna be it for this episode. It's gonna be a short and sweet one, and on that note, we have some news about how the structure of our podcast is gonna go for the rest of the year. We're really gonna try something new. Not super new, I guess, but
not crazy.
If you've been listening for a while, you know that we have glowing hour, or we have like our regular segment, and then we have glowing hour, which is like our hot topics or just like continuing the conversation. We've decided to break them up, and now we're gonna do our main segment, which is like glow or get out, and then we're gonna have a hot topics, continue the conversation again, or just like a separate mini episode, which is gonna be glowing hour. So we'll have 2 episodes up every week. So more
shorter. There'll be shorter episodes than currently because we're basically cutting them in half.
Yeah.
So Wednesdays will still be our regular segment, and then I think Fridays are going to be glowing hour.
Yeah.
So in February, look forward to that.
Getting 2 episodes a week.
Maybe you guys can digest our information, or just our shit show.
Also, you don't have to like wait so long to hear from us again.
Just two little days and then another 5.
Maybe we should split that up. We'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see you guys in February, where we will be chatting about love and relationships, which is of course our favorite topic. So hopefully yours as well.
Cheers to the month of love. We'll catch you next week. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Go ahead and leave us a review. Engage with us on any of the socials, or on our socials, or any of these like pages that you're listening on, platforms. And yeah,
see you guys later.
See you guys later.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know. Bye.